Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. In today's video, we're going to be going over my updated EDC or everyday carry. I had a lot of questions about this on currently what I am carrying because the last EDC video that I have done was quite some time ago. And although many of you would probably think a lot of the items in that EDC might have changed, they actually haven't. There's only a couple of changes within that. I tend to find whatever works and kind of just stick to that. Before we get this video started, I just wanted to let you guys know that we do have a merchandise store that is live. If you click that first link down in the description, you can see some really awesome Firearm Freedom hoodies, shirts, stickers, and anything that you purchase from that merchandise store directly goes into supporting what we do here at Firearm Freedom. Aside from that, while you're down there, if you enjoy the content that's coming out here on the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss out on any of the awesome videos that we post every single month. Now we're going to start off with kind of the more boring items and then slowly move our way to the cooler stuff. So the very first thing that I wanted to go over was my watch. I've actually never talked about this watch here on the channel, but geez, I have been wearing it for so long. Quite frankly, I don't even remember when I purchased it. It was probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, and it has been an awesome watch. Obviously, as you can tell, it is a G-Shock, and this G-Shock here is the GA-110 model. This is a great watch. I've never had any issues with it. It's not super fancy, not super colorful, but I have nailed this thing on quite a few odds and ends around the house, and I've worn it with me to the range almost every single time that I have gone. So it has really seen a significant amount of abuse, and I have never ever had an issue with this watch losing time or running out of batteries or anything like that. It just continues to keep chugging along, and it is the watch that I consistently wear on a day-to-day basis. It really is awesome. From there, another boring EDC item is my wallet. You can see it is a massive old school chunky leather wallet, and I actually want to get your recommendations. I've seen a bunch of different options out there, but I would love it if you guys could chime in down in the comment section on a wallet that is very streamlined that you guys have had a lot of success with. But as for my current EDC, I have a big bulky dad style wallet that I cannot even sit on or else I will get lower back pain. So definitely not the best part of my EDC, but something that I carry with me whenever I leave the house. As far as the firearm that is my EDC, it has stayed the same for this entire period of my channel, which is my H&K VP9. This VP9 is the VP9 LE full-size model, so it does have tritium glow-in-the-dark night sights that are pretty awesome. This gun has seen quite a bit of use now on the Firearm Freedom channel, and it continues to not let me down. I also still carry this gun in the T-Rex Arms sidecar. You can see I'm starting to get a little bit of glassing here on the Kydex. I've worn this particular sidecar for quite some time now, a couple of years. And before that, it was the exact same sidecar, just a little bit of an earlier variation. And guys, this setup has not let me down. As I've said multiple times, I'm the type of person that when I choose my EDC handgun, it just kind of stays. I never branch out and carry a bunch of different options. I have many other handguns that I would absolutely not hesitate to carry or trust my life to, but I've gotten so used to reload, so used to the way that the VP9 recoils that honestly, I just don't see a reason to switch it out. It's been a great handgun for me. What I like about the sidecar is that I do have a reload for my magazine here on the left-hand side. This is great because I don't have to worry about keeping the magazine in my pocket or anything like that. It is good to go right on the side. And to be honest with you, I feel like with the sidecar that this extra magazine balances out how comfortable the holster is and how it feels on your stomach. This gun is tried and true and has been part of my EDC now for years, and it has not changed. So if I am leaving the house and I'm able to have a belt on in that situation, this is absolutely the gun that's coming with me. Now, I do believe that in your EDC, you should absolutely have some sort of a flashlight, and this is not including the flashlight on your phone. I cannot tell you guys how many times I have pulled this Streamlight ProTac 1AA out of my pocket to use. Whether that's looking down the bore of a firearm, or it's getting dark outside and we're on a walk and trying to get home safely, and maybe we're walking in an area where it's dimly lit, I have taken this light out so many times, it's just not even funny. Out of everything in my EDC, this is absolutely the most heavily used item. And you can see by the wear on the finish that I have carried this in my pocket for a couple of years now, and it is still not let me down. Now, the cool thing about the 1AA is that it just takes one AA battery. And the downfall with that is you don't quite get as powerful of an output. But with that being said, I've always found that the output with this 1AA is just fine for all the everyday tasks that I am doing. There are definitely much better options out there nowadays with different light companies and Streamlight in particular as well. But to be honest with you, I just never have found a need at the moment to switch it out. It's been a great little light. I have dropped this hundreds of times. I have accidentally kicked it after I dropped it and made it slide right across the cement floor many times, and I have yet to have a single issue of any type with this light. It's pretty awesome. This is one piece of my EDC that kind of goes in and out of an everyday carry role. This is generally on my person depending on the outfit that I'm wearing. What I mean by that is it depends on how many pockets that I have in the pants that I choose to wear. So if I'm wearing some 511 pants, this is absolutely on my person. But if I'm wearing some jeans with limited pocket space and I already have a couple of different knives on me or my flashlight or whatever else, this multi-tool sometimes gets left at home just simply for the space considerations. But with that being said, this Leatherman Sidekick is a phenomenal multi-tool choice. I absolutely love this thing. It's a great multi-tool. Super basic. It has spring-loaded pliers there and all your standard good bits that a multi-tool should have on the inside. This is a super affordable multi-tool, and this thing has come in handy a ton. I can't tell you guys how many times that I've had to pull this out of my pocket when something odd happened that I might have needed to fix, whether that's that I needed a Phillips head screwdriver or a flathead or a knife or something like that. Generally, if I've forgotten something else in my EDC, this multi-tool has it on there. You can't really go wrong with something like this in your EDC. Guys, this has been a staple in my EDC since I was a child. Not this exact knife, the exact knife that I've had that was passed down to me even from my grandfather back when I was a kid. I actually keep that now in kind of a safe place. So this is the exact same knife, but a newer option that I just recently purchased, so that way I wouldn't damage the old one. The small blade that comes with it, that's actually incredibly sharp. It rarely ever loses the edge, which is awesome. Or even using the small file and flathead that comes with it. There's a bunch of different uses for that tool. But to be honest with you, the most used tool in this little Swiss Army knife are the micro scissors. I can't tell you how many times I've been freaking laughed at for breaking out these little scissors, whether it's to cut paper or cut a piece of tape or cut a piece of cordage or something like that, but they freaking work. These little scissors are a tank and they cut through so much, it's not even funny. They always impress me, and I have absolutely no shame about breaking out these tiny little baby scissors and cutting whatever I need to cut. It's kind of shocking how useful these little things are, and although they might get you a little bit made fun of, I promise you they're a very, very useful piece of kit. You can even put it on your keychain. Mrs. Freedom has one. She absolutely loves it. They're great, great little pieces of EDC. And finally, my last piece of EDC gear is my knife. Now, this is the full-size knife that I currently am carrying on my person. This item in my EDC has changed quite a bit over the years. At the moment, it is the CRKT full-size M16. This is a pretty interesting knife. It has some extremely aggressive serrations here. These are very, very sharp, and I actually have had these come in handy quite a bit. Whether you're cutting boxes or cordage or something like that, these serrations really do come in handy. The one thing that this knife does feature is a locking button here on the outside. So it does have a standard lock on the inside here. However, you cannot just push that over and close the knife without pushing down this safety button. So you have to push down the safety button, and then that allows you to close that over and close the knife. Now, the only downfall with this blade, if you carry it with the tip up, which is generally how I like to have the pocket clip, it is very easy to deploy out of your pocket. Now, that is a plus and a minus. it is a plus because it allows me to quickly deploy this knife with absolutely no issues whatsoever. But the downfall is I have had some occasions where just a little bit of the fabric in my pants caught that section and it was allowed to kind of open just about like that. So it's kind of ironic that this blade has an additional safety on the outside to prevent it from closing on your hand, but it's so easy for it to open in your pocket. And I have had a couple of times where I've reached down to grab the blade and unfortunately it has nailed my hand pretty good. So overall, this is a great knife. I've really beat it to all hell. I haven't sharpened it and it's stayed pretty sharp over the past couple of months, and I really do enjoy it. A knife in my EDC changes quite a bit, but at the moment, this is what I'm carrying. And guys, that wraps up my current 2020 EDC list. Let me know down in the comments section what you guys carry for your EDC. I'm always curious, and I think other people in the comment section are curious as well. And while you're down there in that comment section, check out the links above in the description. That will take you to the Firearm Freedom Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram account. We actually do daily posts on all three of those accounts that you guys are definitely not going to want to miss. As always, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more great videos to come soon.